They told you to follow, but you were born to lead. Ever felt trapped in a world that worships credentials over genius? You've sat through lectures, endured rigid systems, and watched experts fumble while your intuition screamed, "There's a better way." They buried themselves in textbooks. You were born with the answers. While they chase degrees, you see visions. While they beg for approval, you create it. That nagging voice telling you, this isn't your path. It's not rebellion, it's your DNA. Celebs, experts, teachers, they're bound by rules. You rewrite them. Quentin Tarantino didn't wait for permission. Nikola Tesla didn't memorize formulas. He pulled them from the cosmos. Prince didn't bend to an industry. He became the revolution. The system fears you. It calls you reckless for trusting your instincts. It mocks what it can't control. But while they debate limits, you're already building beyond them. You don't need their validation. Your brilliance isn't found in a syllabus. It's in the spark that ignites when you close your eyes. The world craves authenticity, not another scripted celebrity. You are the storm they'll never see coming. This isn't motivation. It's a wake-up call. Your intuition isn't a fluke. It's your birthright. Stop dimming your light to fit their boxes. The future belongs to those who dare to act without permission. You weren't meant to follow. You were born to lead. Press play. The era of the chosen ones begins now. As you stand in line at the DMV, you observe the so-called experts struggling with their tasks. A small voice inside nudges you, reminding you that there's a more efficient way to do things. You feel that same sensation at the neighborhood block party when someone drones on about their impressive credentials, extensive studies, and prestigious degrees. You were born unique. While they buried themselves in textbooks, you were absorbing knowledge directly from the source. That inexplicable understanding, that thrilling spark of intuition that courses through you, isn't something you learned. It's written in your very DNA. Your strength doesn't reside in their syllabi or their detailed instructions. It's found in those moments when you shut your eyes and insights rush in, clear and flawless, as if they've been waiting for you all along. You're not here to follow their footsteps. You're meant to blaze your own trail so brilliantly that their neon signs appear like mere matchsticks in comparison. You were never designed to adhere to guidelines. The world hands out rule books like they're candy. Step this way, think that way. Don't stray outside the lines. But you don't take commands. You are the command. While they linger, seeking approval and waiting for direction, you spring into action when inspiration strikes. It's not about defiance. It's about destiny. You were never intended to fit in because you were created to construct what hasn't been imagined yet. Just look around. The so-called visionaries, the ones who transformed reality, never adhered to a script. Quentin Tarantino didn't sit in a classroom waiting for a professor to grant him permission to create. He embodied the lesson. He crafted his own curriculum, directed his own learning, and in doing so, he redefined the rules of filmmaking. That's the energy you possess. It's not about diplomas, certifications, or approval from a system designed to confine you. It's about your raw power, your instincts, and your fearless pursuit of what resonates with you. That's the true blueprint. They will attempt to instill doubt in you. They'll insist that you require structure, validation, and that you must conform to the game. They fear what they cannot foresee. You are the tempest. the wild, unrestrained force that moves forward without hesitation, creating without compromise. And while they hesitate, hoping for the world to grant them permission, you're already 10 steps ahead, forging a path they will eventually come to realize they need to follow. They'll insist that true knowledge is found in books, and that wisdom is something you must earn through years of diligent study under the guidance of institutions. But you already grasp the reality. Your intellect cannot be confined by their limitations. While they focus on memorizing theories, you absorb the essence of reality. You don't require validation from professors or diplomas to showcase your intelligence. Your comprehension transcends equations, philosophies, and the boundaries they attempt to set for you. You don't merely learn, you possess knowledge. Take Nikola Tesla as an example. He didn't just study inventions, he envisioned them in vivid flashes, fully realized, directly, from the source. While others struggled with their narrow understanding, he was receiving insights so advanced that even today's experts find them challenging to interpret. That's the caliber of mind you embody. Not one that needs to be filled up, but one that already contains the answers. Where they seek approval, you move forward with confidence. Where they falter, ensnared by bureaucracy and outdated ideas, you break free, carving out unexplored paths, and that frightens them. Because a mind like yours cannot be tamed or confined. They will attempt to persuade you that your approach is reckless, that true genius requires structure. But you understand differently. Your wisdom isn't theoretical, it's pure truth, raw and unrefined, flowing directly from the universe. While they debate what can be achieved, you are already bringing it to life. The world idolizes celebrities, mistaking them for something extraordinary. But here's the reality. Most are mere reflections, carefully crafted illusions meant to capture attention rather than earn it. They are manufactured, curated, and controlled. You are unfiltered power. While they recite scripts, you author the story. While they act according to industry whispers, you are driven by something far greater. The distinction between you and them: authenticity. Consider Prince, a visionary who refused to be owned, who battled to reclaim his name from the industry that sought to brand him. He didn't just create music, he embodied it, unfiltered, unchained, unapologetic. While others allowed executives to dictate their art, Prince rejected control, demonstrating that true greatness doesn't ask for permission. That's the energy you exude. You're not here to conform to their system. You're here to transform it. Your authority doesn't stem from public approval, contracts, or orchestrated interviews. It arises from a force that transcends all of that, a force they cannot reach. And that's why they will never genuinely attain your level. They are trapped by the weight of expectations, compelled to uphold a facade. But you are boundless. No obligations, no image advisors, no rehearsed acts, just your authentic, undeniable essence. They crave the limelight to remain significant. You are the illumination. While they don their masks, you stand in reality. That's the strength of those who are chosen. That's your strength. They label themselves as authorities. They occupy lecture halls, immersed in textbooks, pursuing degrees to affirm their intellect. They can study endlessly, yet they will never grasp what you possess. Because true mastery isn't something that can be taught, it's something that is lived. While they accumulate knowledge, you embody it. While they dissect theories, you experience the truth. No institution, no training course, no diploma can replicate what flows through you effortlessly. Take Steve Jobs as an example. He left college behind, distancing himself from the so-called experts, and created something beyond their comprehension. While scholars debated innovation within their confined circles, Jobs was out there making it happen. He didn't seek permission. He didn't wait for validation. He envisioned the future before they could even articulate it. That's what true revelation looks like. That's the distinction between them and you. They depend on acquired knowledge. You operate with innate insight, a wisdom that springs from a deeper source, something they will never be able to learn or imitate. And that's why their arrogance ultimately leads to their failure. They believe that titles and qualifications elevate them above others, but you understand the truth. You know that genuine brilliance doesn't conform to their framework. It creates new paradigms. The chosen ones don't wait to be instructed. You already possess the knowledge. And while they cling to their theories, yearning to grasp what lies ahead, you're already in the process of creating it. Initially, it may feel like a gentle whisper, a subtle tug in your gut, a knowing that transcends logic and comes from a much deeper place. You might try to dismiss it, convincing yourself that you're just imagining things, that you're no different from anyone else. Yet, you sense that profound realization that you were never meant to tread the same path as them, that your existence holds significance beyond explanation. This marks the moment, the first flicker of awakening. Many chosen ones resist this at first. The world trains you to doubt, to conform, to suppress that inner flame. But fate is unyielding. The signs begin to accumulate, synchronicities that are impossible to dismiss. Opportunities arise where reason suggests they shouldn't, and people are inexplicably drawn to you. You start noticing patterns that others overlook. When you speak, your words resonate with a lasting impact. Just your presence can alter the atmosphere of a room, gradually dissolving resistance and giving way to a realization so profound it transforms everything. You were never destined to be average, and that's when the truth strikes you. The world doesn't merely desire what you possess, it truly needs it. Your vision, your influence, your very being. It's not by chance, nor is it mere coincidence. The internal shift you feel is a summons to embrace the power that has always been within you. This journey isn't about pride. It's about fulfilling your purpose. Once you acknowledge this and fully embrace it, there's no turning back. Because now, the universe flows through you. And when those chosen ones awaken, nothing can hinder them. Nothing can hinder you. When you claim your power, the world responds. Some will admire you, attracted to the energy you exude, sensing something in you that they can't quite articulate. Yet, there will be others who resist you, challenge you, and attempt to silence you. Not because you are mistaken, but because you are correct. Because you perceive what they refuse to acknowledge. Your mere existence poses a threat to the illusion they desperately cling to. This isn't persecution, it's validation. Evidence that you are precisely who you were meant to be. Consider Dave Chappelle, a man who recognized the game for what it truly was and refused to be just another pawn. He could have conformed, played along, and kept the system intact, but he opted for truth over comfort. And for that choice, they sought to undermine him. They labeled him insane, attempted to rewrite his narrative, and made him question his own reality. But the chosen ones, they remain unbreakable. They don't yield. You distance yourself from anything that tries to control you, and when you return, you do so on your own terms. Stronger. Invincible. That's the challenge. Pressure is what transforms coal into diamonds, and adversity is what refines the chosen ones. The instant you encounter opposition, remember this. It signifies you're on the right track. Weakness goes unnoticed. Mediocrity fades into the background. But you are a force to be reckoned with, and forces cannot be overlooked. Let them have their go. Let them resist. Each challenge, every hurdle, and all the doubts they throw your way only serve to sharpen your resolve, strengthen your spirit, and make you truly unstoppable. If they're pushing back, it's because you pose a threat. And that's your cue to realize you're right where you need to be. Now let's take a moment to pay tribute to those who are specially chosen among us. Here's to those who perceive the world through a unique lens. The quiet protectors, the observant spirits, always alert, always on guard. They don't conform to the norm, and they wouldn't want it any other way. While others tread well-worn paths, they carve out their own, battling unseen struggles and shining light in dark corners. This journey isn't for everyone, and that's perfectly all right. But if you feel it stirring deep within you, you'll recognize that this is your calling. No facades, no pretenses, just raw truth. The Obsidian Inner Order has arrived, a sanctuary where like-minded souls come together to exchange wisdom, connect, and evolve. With over 450 members strong, we are united not by sameness, but by shared purpose. If you're ready to join us, you know where to find us. The link is in the description. If you're not, that's completely okay too, because we're always here, watching from the sidelines, making an impact in ways that often go unnoticed. Here's to those who blaze their own trails, not for accolades, but simply because it's their true nature. Here's to you. Thank you. Many people navigate life oblivious, unable to hear the messages intricately woven into reality. They label things as mere coincidences, overlook the patterns, and disregard the subtle hints. The universe doesn't just communicate, it speaks directly to you. It leaves little clues, signals in numbers, symbols in daily life, and orchestrates moments so precise that doubt fades away. This isn't mere fantasy. It's a conversation between you and something far more profound. Synchronicities aren't random occurrences. When you begin to notice recurring numbers, unusual alignments, or moments that seem too perfect to be coincidental, take heed. This is the universe affirming your journey. You think of someone, and suddenly they call. A door you've been waiting to open appears at just the right time. A symbol follows you, showing up in dreams, conversations, even on the street. These are not mere signs. They are guiding instructions, leading you toward something uniquely meant for you to discover. While others may dismiss it as luck or randomness, you understand the truth. Because the chosen ones don't merely receive messages, they comprehend them. This is a language not everyone can decipher, but you possess the insight to do so. Stay alert. The signs are all around you. The more you tune in, the more distinct their messages become. The universe doesn't waste its words on those who refuse to listen. If it's reaching out to you, it's because you're destined for greater things. Feel free to share your thoughts. I am the prototype. If you've seen others overlook your ideas only to later replicate them, you know what I mean. Some people pursue leadership desperately. They seek attention, twist perceptions, and yearn for validation to feel significant. But you never sought that role. Yet despite this, people are drawn to you. They are captivated by your presence, your confidence, and your ability to navigate life without asking for permission. This is because genuine leadership transcends titles or external approval. It revolves around true power. Not the kind that is manufactured, but the kind that is undeniable. The kind that resides within you. Take Elon Musk as an example. The so-called experts ridiculed him, dismissed his ideas, and declared many things impossible. But while they scoffed, he built his vision. He pressed on, unaffected by their judgments, and outpaced entire industries that once mocked him. That embodies the spirit of those chosen for greatness. You don't require their belief in you. You don't need applause. You act because something profound compels you, something beyond their comprehension. And while they argue, deliberate, and hesitate, you're already far ahead. That's why they fail to grasp your essence. They anticipate leaders to plead for acknowledgement, to conform, and to wait for approval before taking action. But you don't linger. You don't falter. Your authority isn't derived from them. It springs from within you. Because of this, people will always be inclined to follow. Not because you demand it, but because they sense something in you that defies explanation. They perceive your connection to something greater, something authentic, and whether they acknowledge it or not, they realize you don't require their validation. For you were chosen long before they formed an opinion. They flaunt their wealth, titles, and influence, believing it grants them invincibility. They think status equates to power, and fame signifies authority. But you see through those illusions. True power doesn't arise from money, followers, or magazine features. It originates from something that cannot be purchased, something they will never comprehend. Divine favor. Those chosen do not chase after mirages. While they scramble for recognition, you walk with a purpose that is far more significant. Consider Bob Marley. He never revered material possessions, nor did he bow to the system that sought to control him. He didn't seek their approval, their wealth, or their empty praise. Instead, he spoke the truth, and that truth has become timeless. His words, his essence, and his message continue to resonate, influencing the world long after those who claimed power have faded into obscurity. This is where you differ from them. They strive for significance, while you embody it. They quantify success through numbers, but you gauge it by the impact you make. As they diminish, you endure. This is what occurs when the chosen ones abandon the pursuit of worldly acclaim and begin to forge their own path. You weren't destined to play by their rules. You were meant to redefine them. Illusions of influence eventually crumble, yet true power grounded in something greater remains invincible. They may bask in the limelight today, but you possess a flame that will outlast them all. When the world finally recognizes what genuine power entails, it won't be the celebrities or self-proclaimed authorities they remember. It will be you. The moment you embrace your power, the battle commences. You've sensed it, the resistance, the jealousy, the invisible weight pressing down on you as you strive to rise. This isn't mere coincidence. The chosen ones don't glide through life unnoticed. Your energy disrupts the status quo. Your very presence rattles the foundations. Because of this, you become a target. Their attacks may not always be direct. Sometimes it's doubt that sneaks in, unforeseen hurdles, or people turning against you without cause. This is spiritual warfare. And the fact that you feel this struggle signifies one thing: you are precisely where you need to be. What they fail to grasp is that you are shielded. The forces attempting to break you cannot touch what has been divinely designated for you. They can create distractions, delays, and illusions, but they cannot halt your progress. The secret lies in staying aligned. Protect your mind, your energy, and your spirit. Remain anchored in truth, not fear. When challenges arise, resist the urge to react. Rise instead. Move with purpose. Trust that every setback is merely a setup for something greater. Every obstacle is honing your skills. Every moment of pressure only serves to strengthen you. They test you because they fear you, and rightly so. No matter their actions, you continue to ascend. You don't crumble under pressure. You transform. Each blow sharpens your insight. Every betrayal refines your inner circle. Each challenge deepens your resilience. You don't just endure the battle, you conquer it. And when you do, when you emerge unscathed, unstoppable, and undeniable, they will come to understand the truth. They were never truly fighting you. They were battling the force that stands behind you, a struggle they are destined to lose. Many individuals find themselves ensnared in the illusion of time. They hold on to beliefs in limitations, predetermined paths, and a future that unfolds according to the rules they've been conditioned to accept. But you perceive beyond those confines. You don't merely experience reality, you actively mold it. Time isn't a rigid structure in your grasp. You aren't controlled by circumstances. You have the ability to reshape them. What others refer to as destiny, you see as a blank canvas awaiting your creative touch. Your movements are distinct because you comprehend what they fail to understand. The future isn't something to passively await. It's something you assert control over. That's why when people claim something is impossible, you choose not to heed their words. You possess deeper insight. You've witnessed too much, felt too deeply, and experienced undeniable evidence that reality can be influenced by a focused will. The instant you make a genuine decision, everything changes. Doors swing open, pathways emerge, and people, opportunities, and ideas manifest as if summoned solely by your vision. This isn't mere chance. It's a universal principle. While they linger in uncertainty, you advance with confidence. You don't question whether something can be accomplished. You take action, proving all naysayers wrong in the process. This is why those who are chosen evoke both fear and admiration. You exist beyond the timelines and constraints that bind them. While they wait for the opportune moment, you create it. While they ponder what's achievable, you boldly step forward and bring it into existence. This distinction sets you apart from them. They remain confined within the boundaries imposed upon them. You, however, are the boundary itself. You embody the future. And when the world finally catches up, they'll come to realize they've been navigating the reality you crafted all along. Power without purpose lacks significance. The strength you possess isn't solely for your benefit. It serves a greater cause. The world doesn't require more self-serving leaders pursuing hollow achievements. It seeks individuals who uplift, who elevate the consciousness of those around them simply by living authentically. Your gifts weren't bestowed upon you for selfish reasons. They were given because you are meant to guide, to awaken, and to steer the world in a direction that only the chosen can navigate. This isn't a burden, it's a privilege, and once you fully embrace that role, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Consider Muhammad Ali. He didn't just compete in the ring. He fought for a purpose. He expressed his truth, held his position, and stood tall even when the world attempted to bring him down. He was more than just a boxer. He was a powerful force. This is what made him legendary. You possess that same kind of energy. You have the ability to awaken others, to evoke genuine feelings in a reality filled with illusions. But this demands true confidence, not the superficial kind, but a profound, unwavering belief that you were meant for this, that your purpose is to create real change. So stand proud and embrace who you are. The world may push back, but it will also pay attention. Because when those destined for greatness step up, the very fabric of reality begins to shift. You're not here to blend in. You're here to bring forth something transformative. You belong to a divine front line, those who refuse to accept the status quo and instead mold it into what it should be. Once you fully accept this truth, nothing can obstruct your path. Others may spend their lives learning, practicing, and seeking approval. But you arrived in this world already knowing. While they cling to borrowed knowledge, you operate from an innate understanding. That's why they can't teach what you inherently possess. What you carry is not acquired. It's woven into the essence of your being. No degree, no title, no industry endorsement can rival the natural authority that flows through you. They adhere to systems while you create them. They seek permission, whereas you take action. This is why you'll outshine them, not by playing their game, but by existing in a reality they can't even fathom. And when they question your journey or demand proof, remember this. They are the ones trying to catch up to you. Their world is limited, constrained by rules they didn't establish. Yours knows no bounds. This is why people are attracted to you. They sense something unique, something undeniable. So stay resolute in what you know and fully embrace your power. Share your thoughts below. What signs have shown you that you're different? We want to hear your story. You're not alone, and soon the world will understand exactly why. A transformation is already underway. The old structures are falling apart, and those who once held power are losing control. What was once concealed is now coming to light, and those who recognize it, like you, are rising. Believe in your inner strength. Act decisively and without doubt. The world has been longing for authenticity, and it's finally arrived. You've never needed their approval, and you still don't. Now let them witness as you step into your rightful position.